Welcome back to another Backpage Gaming video, boys. So today we are looking at our top 5 defenders. It's been a while. We've been busy for one reason or another. One of us not being able to record. So let's get straight into it. We've got Jack here today. That's me. We've got
Robbie
and Sam.
And amazing. Just for a change, the three of us. So to kick things off, I've gone for headliner Semedo.
As your number 5, yeah?
Yeah, my number 5.
That's all right, yeah. I'm not angry. I think for a long period
she had
of the
a better
game...
card.
Yeah,
I
really do. So, headline Semedo was a staple of my team for a long time. I think for a long time he was the best right back in the game.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of been, because of all the team of seasons.
Yeah.
He's not. He's still got like the pace and dribbling side, but he's not got the defending and physical side. So I'm really hoping that he gets either summer heat, or if they do some type of footies card, or some type of promo after this, he gets a card like that, because he is amazing. And there was a time when I thought he was close to the team of seasons, but I think it's gone on a bit. He's not actually that close.
Yeah.
How about you, Rob? What's your 5th?
So my 5th one is I won't use him anymore. Don't get me wrong, but at the time I used him. Quality player, did a lot for me. Couldn't fault him, and that's Ronald Koeman, his mid-icon. You knew it was coming. You must have known it was coming. He was there's a staple in the team for a long time. My favourite thing about him was his shooting. Like, he was the man that made me score free kicks. Like, I just scored so many free kicks for him. Just unbelievable player.
Stiff
Steve, definitely agree.
Big time Stiff Steve.
I couldn't even get on with the prime icon moments.
No, I remember we got a loan of him, didn't we, for something? Or I can't remember. But he was terrible. I really didn't like that card.
He holds a special place in my heart as Ronald. It'd be rude to leave
I bet he's still in your club, isn't he?
He's not. I've got his prime now, actually.
Oh no!
Get him out!
I got him for a prime icon pack.
Fair enough.
That doesn't make sense. I don't care that you got him from that. Just get rid of it and put him into something.
Saving him for a rainy day.
Oh yeah. How about yourself, Sam? Oh,
so I think the 5th pick's for the Randy ones for me and Rob. Well, I don't think mine's as randy as Rob's, but it's a player I did the review on. Mino last man. That if it wasn't for
the worst superhero
ever. He's just very Greek, breaks plates.
Shut up.
Yeah, no, just one of the best centre backs I've used this year. It's just the links ruin it.
It kills it, doesn't it? Yeah. It really just kills him.
He was so good.
You need what, like an icon centre back next to him.
Yeah.
And you kind of stuck with Handanovic in there.
Yeah.
You're stuck into Serie A, that's the thing. And you haven't got too many meta options, I think, in Serie A this year.
No.
When you compare him, to like the Liga defence this year.
Getting for Mario Rui.
Oh, would it be?
Oh, mate, the gold card was good enough.
That says everything. That Sam's club was that he was using gold Mario Rui, non-ironically, in a team.
It was a while ago though.
From one Serie A base to another, my 4th pick is the Moments Alexandro.
Oh yeah, I forgot you used him for ages.
So he was, I'd say, he's still up there with the new Mendy that's come out, the Summer Heat one.
Yeah.
The Mendy's obviously a lot more attacking, he's a lot nicer on the ball, but having used I ain't got his 93 in fairness, because I just can't be asked to play the game that much, but this 91 Sandro was an absolute animal for defending. Yeah. Not the best going forward, granted, because he wasn't that amazing on the ball, but he was absolutely unreal for me, and he was in the team for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really to complain about. I did him for quite cheap from the SBC when it was out. I had some fodder.
Yeah. I was going to do him. I did one squad of him, and I haven't done the rest.
What a story, man.
With all the fodder in your club as well.
The only thing that I think lets him down, like I say, is the dribbling. I think at this point in the game, every single player that you have needs to be half decent on the ball.
Yeah.
And he just feels clunky and big, which isn't the best.
So my 4th pick from another Brazilian left back. Probably guess who it is. It's the baby Roberto Carlos.
Big fan of that.
Icon swaps 1. Couldn't not put him in. He's played like 600 games for my club.
Yeah, mine played
Absolute club hero.
over 1,000 for me, so.
Jeez.
He was just our left backs for like the whole year. It'd be rude not to put him in. Like he was just quality.
I've always felt very conflicted about him, you know, because whenever we've done reviews on Rob's account, he's usually had Roberto Carlos at left back, and I always compared him to that Sandro that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
I just don't think Carlos is a good defender. I just don't think that he's.
I rated him very highly.
Yeah, I thought
say we got him for free as well.
To be fair, granted, one of the things was that I didn't use him so much when, you know, when he came out when it was Icon Swaps 1.
Yeah.
I went for somebody else that we'll get into later. But now, I suppose it's the same into it with Semedo. He's kind of just been surpassed by all these team of the seasons. They've just got nuts stats.
Yeah.
What about you, Sam? What's yours, mate?
My number 4, I think you two might be angry at the positioning of this one. My number 4 is the right back flash player moments Ramos. Sergio Ramos.
What? Bruh, he was your boy.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, brilliant player.
He's been your boy for a long time,
yeah,
though.
like he's been the best centre back for a long period of the game.
Yeah, but that makes him number 1 then, surely.
No, because I think the people that have come in recently and how much they've changed the team have put them above him now. I think since the last patch, there's a player that I'll mention later who's completely reversed to being way better than him. And I just feel like Ramos has dropped through the patch. I don't know.
I think that's harsh because I think top 5 has been for players that have not always been the top at one time. I think they've been the top 5 for us at one point.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's incredibly harsh.
I'm still happy with the 4th for.
That's harsh. I'm
with that
unhappy.
thinking, like, and I do openly admit that maybe it is harsh on him, like, because he was the Don Dada for so long, but
the Don Dada. That is a word that Sam's just said.
The Don Dada.
Speaking of Don Dadas, I've got Militar's flashback, his premium one, in my 3rd position. So it's a controversial pick because Sam's obviously got him in his picks as well, but he's one that's really improved from the last patch. Before he was really good in one game and then he'd be really average in the next, but I think now for whatever reason they've patched it and he feels a lot more consistent for me, whether that's just a tinfoil hat thing or not.
No, I agree. I think for
he's
all
sick
3
on the
of
ball.
us to notice it, it would be.
That's one thing that I really notice. He doesn't feel heavy on the ball. He's amazing. I think he's a really good centre. He's probably at the minute now in the game, I'd say he's probably, if you'll pardon it, he's probably top 5. Probably one of the top 5 centre backs in the game. For me though, he takes the 3rd spot just because of the 2 legends that are ahead of him. What about you, Rob? What's your?
So my 3rd is Ramos, the team of the season one.
Ooh.
Used him for 1 or 2 weekend leagues, so I thought it'd be a bit generous to put him any higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely quality player. I've got his moments now, which is why I don't have him. But this one, it definitely is better than the moments. But I've not put the moments on him. Yeah. But if you've got, if you've already got the moments, I was telling Jack this, like I wouldn't go out of my way to go and pay 800k for this one. I just don't think it's that much of an upgrade, but still probably the best centre back in the game, to be fair. But
I think
if
I
you
want
are
to try the
fucking
team
minted,
season.
then
that's the thing. I've got a lot of money. I want to try him. Because
Yeah.
I'll touch on it now because he's not coming out in a review. I used Team of the Season Varane for about 8 or 9 games this week in league, and he's actually currently up for sale because I just don't think he's good.
I've not liked him when I've used him.
No. So I think just because a player's expensive doesn't mean they're always going to be great.
He's got like shit balance, hasn't he?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think. I was saying this to Sam earlier. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal with Varane, but it was absolutely a huge deal. He felt like a truck.
Yeah.
He'd be like actually probably a freight train because he don't stop. He is absolutely rapid, but he feels like the most clumsy one ever because he doesn't feel like. It's a really strange thing that I've never felt with a player before. He's rapid, but I don't feel like I've got control with him.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons as to why he's not even anywhere near my top 5, because his dribbling's just not good. He's just not good on the ball. I don't feel like you can play out from the back with him, which I think is really, really important this year in the meta.
Definitely, yeah.
Especially in,
particularly
in
recent
tough games.
times.
Yeah, when you can call your players short and you pass it out from the back. It's really important to have trust in all your players to be able to, have a good touch. And in good gameplay and bad gameplay, it's important to have that.
Yeah.
Varane just did not. He wasn't even close, bless him.
Use yours then, Sam.
Well, it's you've almost perfectly segued to this player, because this is the reason he's made it to number 3. Like, that
Is it Varane?
No. It's Alphonso Davies at left back. Like
The TikTok star.
yeah, the TikTok man himself. Like, honestly, best left back I've used. Like, obviously, I had baby Roberto Carlos for forever, and then I got him in, and just the ability that I now have to move down the wing with 2 players. Like, so you've obviously got your winger that's good on the ball, then you've got him with some skills. Good.
He's really good, isn't he?
Yeah, just so nice on the ball, like so just smooth, and just there's nothing bad to say about him. Like, and it
So I
means
used
when
him for
you
one. Yeah, sorry.
when you turn back, do you know, like when you get down the line and you can't go to the middle.
Yeah,
I can go back to him and actually start an attack from that point, like do a bit of skill or whatever, and just so much more threatening now down the sides of the pitch.
Because I used him for a full weekend league as well when I was using Kimmich with him to get the chemistry, and he is like a second attacker in some regard. Not easy games, but in games where you gain somebody that's not that great, and you can really punish them when you get some attacking fullbacks going.
Yeah,
and he was probably one of the best for that, I'd say. I've got 89 Mendy now, and I don't think the 89 Mendy is as good as the Alfonso in some ways, because that Alfonso feels... He's probably one of the only players that I've used in defence that's actually felt like his pace. Like he feels absolutely rapid. I don't know how you think about his pace, Sam. Do you agree? He actually feels fast.
Yeah, he does. I don't know if I'd agree with saying he feels like a 99 pace, though.
I think he does. I think he's one of the few players that I've used that actually does feel like 99 pace.
I mean, as a defender, yeah, like he's probably the fastest defender I've used.
Yeah.
But like, obviously, I link him with Perisic, and Perisic's long legs, mate. When he runs with the ball, he's nuts. Like, honestly, he's the only.
He's what?
Like, he's crazy.
I bet he is.
Like, he just.
Sam's juice in his team.
That Perisic is the only player I've got. Do you know when you get somebody in behind, he doesn't get caught.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Just the way he runs.
Sam's doing some weird things with his team.
Bro, that Perisic is sick. I won't hear anything other about it.
Well, moving swiftly on, jeez. My number 2 pick is probably... I'd say he's one of my original club legends. He's still in the club. I'm not even I'm not that brutal. It is baby Rio Ferdinand. Got him from Icon Swaps. He has been an absolute servant for me. Stats aren't the best, granted. His face stats and that, but he plays so far above them, so far. And I'd go as far to say as I don't think he's. It wouldn't be amazing, but you could still use him now. I don't think you'd feel like you're miles behind the time by using him still.
That's your number 2, really?
Yeah.
Better than Militar?
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah,
I think
like
he's been a lot more. He's been a lot more important for my club, though.
Right.
So, to me, without Ferdinand, I wouldn't have got anywhere near the team that I've got now. Because I had Ferdinand and Van Dijk for a long, long time. I got Van Dijk untradeable at the start of the game. And those two were so far ahead of every other centre-back that it's really set me up well. And I think that's why I kind of hate... Well, not hate, that's harsh. Like, Roberto Carlos, I've got ill feelings towards him because of the fact that I had, Ferdinand was the other choice. I think Ferdinand, in my opinion, was the better choice. But
disagree.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of there was a lot of centre left backs and right backs that don't really feel too dissimilar from Roberto Carlos. Whereas having an icon centre back this good so early in the game was really, really clutch for me.
I can't disagree with a lot of what you're saying. I just think you've maybe put him too high on the list. I don't know.
But to me, though, like top 5 has always been about, for me, the most important players.
Yeah.
I should put Baby Crespo in it then.
Oh no, not
Don't
again.
say that. Don't say that. I'm getting hot.
Two sides of the same brush.
I've already had to take my hoodie off because I've been getting too hot. What about you, Rob? Now, I'm intrigued to who yours.
It is an icon. It's an icon centre back. It is middle Paolo Maldini.
Yes, Maldini.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. I've got
I think
no
both
issues
on
with
my
that.
account. I think you both like him.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the most. This isn't an insult. He's probably one of the most boring centre backs I've used.
Yeah, just straight up and down, meat and
But
potatoes.
Fish pie.
Does the job.
Don't
Cannot
notice him,
fault
but
him.
it's all for the right reasons.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
a
doesn't make
centre
a
back.
mistake. Yeah.
He's a centre back. He tackles the ball. And
Yeah.
I think, like we said, that's not an insult to him. He's also decent on the ball. You know, like surprisingly decent.
You don't notice him being bad on the
Yeah.
ball, really. I absolutely adore him.
He's an icon as well. I think icon centre backs and centre mids are always the most important for chemistry because they can really link up your team.
Yeah, they
Um,
really bring it together, don't they?
Yeah. Nah,
Again, I got him free as well for icon swaps and
that was a big one.
done a business.
That's one of the. I think I gave up doing the icon swaps, but I was going to actually do him and replace Rio with him.
Yeah,
But icon swaps was a grind.
yeah, I love an objective.
Moving on, Sam, who's yours? I
My-
think I can guess who it is.
My number 2 is
Edo Militao.
no Zambrotta.
Oh,
Oh,
No,
he's doing a bit.
I'm
you
miming.
put
doing
him
a
in
bit.
SBC.
I'm
he's
miming.
doing a bit.
No, it's flashback Militar. Obviously,
Yeah, I thought it would be.
no point spending too long on him. We've already talked about him a lot. Like,
So
I think
good player now.
like he was a bit weird. We were actually a bit disappointed when we first did him, weren't we? We were like,
Yeah,
what's
100%.
going on? And then suddenly, past
It's
3-4
clicked.
weeks, he's like unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like some of the
it's strange,
blocks I
isn't
make
it?
with him now. Do you know, like? So obviously we just spoke about. I can't even think of what his name is. The icon centre back Rob just said.
Maldini.
Maldini, thank you.
Sorry, that's Sam's old age.
Yeah, that
sorry.
is my old age. Where am I? Like, yeah, we just spoke about him being like that, just solid thing. But what he doesn't have is that. Do you know when things break down? That recovery,
Yeah, he doesn't
like
have
block,
recovery.
like
Yeah.
Militao's a king for that. So,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
So my number one, obviously, I'm sure you can guess. I ain't said it. It's Moments Ramos. So, like
Just
now,
club hero.
absolute club hero. He's played so many games for me. The only my huge criticism of this card is that he's a right back. That's it.
Yeah,
And that's just because of he wanted.
they
to,
did that on purpose.
they've
though,
done
to
it on
piss
purpose.
everyone off. 100%.
I
The
think
fact- you
that's
know
why
what?
he was so low down on my list, actually.
You know what's funny is the fact that the dynamic picture of him and his team of the season are the same game, seconds apart.
Yeah,
It's not even, they're not even trying to hide it. They did it just to make it more difficult to get him into teams,
yeah.
or that you'd play him on lesser chem as centre back, play him on 7 or whatever. But no, this guy is an absolute don. He'd still play in my team now. Well, I mean, to be honest, he still might come back. I think he's better than Varane, 100%.
Yeah.
I think he's a different type of centre back. I think as the meta's changed, he's not so great. He don't feel as great on the ball. I don't think as he can like your Militar and
Yeah.
player that Sam's going to say. I know who's going to say. But he's still a top 5. He's still my number one just for the fact that he's been a club hero. It's only now recently, just that I've wanted to feel. That's not the right word. I've wanted to use somebody different. I don't know. I wanted to feel someone do it. I don't know where that was going. But yeah, I just wanted to use something different.
Yeah.
But club hero, absolute G.
Yeah. I still use them as well. Going from
Yeah.
the Moments pack, whatever it was. Quick plug. So my number one, you probably guessed it. Flashback Militar. Said enough about him.
Yeah,
What a
sick.
player. As soon as the SBC came out, we
Everyone was going
Jumped
to do
on
it,
it,
weren't they? Yeah, I think everyone.
like it just goes without saying, really. Like, what a player. 90 pace.
Cracking player.
Yeah. I will say, I don't think he's as good as his cards last year.
I was literally
Nah.
just thinking that.
That team of the season card from Porto, that was nuts.
Yeah. And the Future Star one, was it a Future Star?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that Future Star one for a long period of game. That card was.
Sammy was his future star when his team of the season was out.
Yeah, I did, to be fair, and I didn't regret it.
It's a recurring theme. Sam doesn't have the money.
Bad choices.
Yeah. But no, I remember last year you get that hyperlink with Tellez as team of the season and then just use an icon.
Yeah.
Because you could actually use icons because there was icon SBCs, so you could have quite a lot of them very easily last year.
Save it, Jack, save it.
They've made
Sorry.
icons more accessible this year.
Yes, they did, so don't worry. You can use, middle Pirlo at CDM or something after using spend about 20 hours in Rivals to get in. That's a brilliant waste of time. Anyway, moving on. Sorry. Sam, go on.
So the Don
Finish it
Dada,
off.
I genuinely think best centre back on the game at the minute is Diego Carlos.
Yeah.
Team of the season,
Ooh.
Diego Carlos. Like, I got him red 2
Brr.
weeks ago or
Brr.
something.
I've
And
got
bought
Sam,
him
I've
in.
got best pack. Look.
Bought him in, and honestly, I can't believe the difference it made to my back four. Like,
Yeah.
and when you get
We
that
brought him and Alphonso Davies in at the same time.
yeah,
didn't we?
yeah, and it was just instant. Like, what have I
It's
been
weird
doing?
that, isn't it? Yeah, when you actually have good players and you're sensible with coins, you can end up buying them rather than getting lucky and getting them red.
Yeah.
A good player usually makes your team better. It's a strange idea, I know, but crazy. But no, I agree with Sam. I used the Diego Carlos before Militar came out, and the only reason I sold him actually was just to free up coins for the rest of the team. And I think
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to him.
It
'cause
was expensive at the time, to be fair.
Yeah,
Like
I think when I had him, it was
600k.
about 600k. He's dropped down to something like
300, 350, something like that,
I
yeah.
think ish now.
350 is great
I
value.
Yeah, 100%. You know, when considering I used this Varane and it was 970k.
Yeah.
Like it's nuts. Diego Carlos. The thing that I liked about Diego Carlos was that I think he's got 99 aggression and he actually feels
No,
like
it's
he just
95
clatters
aggression.
people.
Um,
Yeah,
99
it just
strength.
clatters people.
Then he's got the 88
Yeah.
agility as well, hasn't he? And like,
That's the big thing. Once again, going back to it, that if your players, if you can adjust with them quickly,
Yeah.
or not even that, just maneuver around the box, crab walk well, they're going to be a really good centre back for you.
he's got that like AI honing on the ball as well. Like, where there's definitely some assistance from the card. Do you know what I mean? It's not just me doing
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like,
There's some cards that I think have got more AI assistance than others.
Yeah.
You know, obviously that could be down to like your defensive awareness stat and marking or whatever. But some cards do just feel they're just overpowered, aren't they? I mean, it's
Yeah.
a simple phrase. They're just overpowered,
and
and I think Diego Carlos is definitely one of those.
he just nicks in front of people all the time as well. He doesn't just stand behind them. He'll just
Yeah.
whack a leg around and be like, "Nope, that's mine. Thank you."
That's me.
Yeah. And then the same thing that I was on about with Militar, the recovery tackles and blocks. He's got that even better than Militar. Like, it's just
Yeah.
I say, Gorilla used them. I was watching one of his videos the other day, and I think he rated Militar and Diego Carlos as the best partnership that he's used.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I've
So
got
I've-
at the minute, and I'd
So,
agree.
just so everyone knows as well, not to flex, but I've used Team of the Season Van Dijk, and for me, he was a really good centre-back, but this year, you don't need to be good at heading.
Yeah.
No,
So
yeah. That's
that-
his main.
That's one of his big draws, I think.
Yeah.
Also,
And he felt okay on the ball, but when you're that tall, you're always going to feel a bit clunky.
I was about to say, I
Yeah.
think when
I
I
think-
used him on your thing, Jack, did you not feel like it was... He was great as long as he didn't have to change direction when you were chasing somebody down.
I think if you
Like-
if you sat back, if you drop back merchant still in July, you Sado.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a really good centre back for you, Van Dijk that is. But I think talking about the players that like your Carlos, Militar, Ramos team this season,
Yeah.
any other player, you think you look at quite a lot of the Bundesliga centre backs as well. Bundesliga's got a really good defence this year.
Yeah.
All of them are going to outperform him, just because it's so common now. You can have 99 everything,
Yeah.
tackle the player, and they'd still have the ball.
He's
Van
not the
Dijk
best
wasn't
at
always
passing
the
back
best
to the
at.
keeper either.
Ooh.
The arguments
Um,
are.
So Van Dijk would not always get that second tackle as convincingly as all these other players would be.
Yeah.
And he's definitely not worth. I paid I don't even know. I'm like
Must be like 1.5 mil, I bet.
1.7, I think.
Yeah.
It might have been. I can't remember. I bought him for cheap and I sold him when he went up.
Yeah.
I think he is still about 1.7 now though, which is crazy expensive in my opinion.
That's a lot,
I don't think he's worth it at all. I think statistically, I think if you're going to look for the best partnership, you're either looking at Militar and Carlos, or maybe
Ramos.
Militar and Ramos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think Militar is just a good combo, good partner to both of those.
Anyone got any honourable mentions?
I've not bothered. No.
Sam?
I think keeper. If we want to mention a keeper to stay in.
Yeah, there's no other
Sure.
keeper in the game.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
If you're using another keeper, that's the reason you're losing so many games.
Yeah.
Like, it's that simple.
He's the best keeper in the game. Easy.
But my honourable mentions would have been baby Roberto Carlos that we've mentioned, and this flashback Mendy seems really good. Been using him right back with 5-star weak foot, and
Oh yeah, the flashback one.
Oh, sorry, foot.
Summer
Heat. Yeah, thank you.
Sam's only played about 100 games with him. He still don't
just
know
over
what
100,
name he is.
And as a right back, probably the best right back I've used this year.
Which one you got?
Only the 87.
Oh my.
I just
Played
have
100 games
no
with
will.
He could have played
to
12 games with it
to
and got the
grind
89.
this game anymore. Especially when I just think that one's good enough. Like,
This is Sam's downfall.
My
Well, anyway.
honourable mention for defenders is probably Iron Fist. Quite like him. He's pretty cool.
That was rough.
we just
That was really
we
rough.
didn't even know how to respond to that. We just went quiet.
It took me a second to even understand it.
Yeah,
to be
like
honest.
I for a second I was like, is he given the nickname Iron Fist?
Same, yeah. Mine's Daredevil.
That's
Yeah, Daredevil's up there, to be fair. Probably my favourite.
Punisher.
Could you imagine if we
God.
titled this video Top 5 Defenders and we just talked about the Marvel defenders?
And on that
Well,
note,
anyway. Yes. So we know it's been a while since we last uploaded, like we said. We've just been a little bit busy for the last few days. It's just because for us to record, we all have to be 3. And we just haven't been. But we'll be having a FUT birthday Mbappe review. We finally got him on the account. Coming out probably for the weekend league, and then it looks like Pogba's probably going to win the vote. So we'll do Pogba as well. I'll definitely do Pogba. He's an absolute baller, best player in the entire universe.
Man United fan.
And then we'll also be. I think maybe this week or next week we'll have top 5 things wrong with this year's FIFA, and there will be at least a few honourable mentions because there's a lot.
I'm getting hot
wrong.
just thinking about some of those things.
Yeah.
We'll probably just do a lot of top 5 videos leading up to the next FIFA, because no one wants to see reviews in like August or September, really.
Yeah.
So if there is any particular you want to see, FIFA related or not, let us know in the comments and we'll try and do that.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Ciao.